What's up, guys? Welcome. Your FearlessChoice.com daily hit and run show. Pete Cole here today, Monday morning after another good MLB weekend. Anybody that's watching live, welcome. Thank you. FearlessChoice.com, $25 a month. That includes all sports. Sorry for the late start. I kind of lost track of time here, but decent day yesterday. Not a great day for DFS, but a good day for baseball. The Little League World Series Classic went off. Actually, pretty good pitching game. Nicky Pivetta looked good. Dean Kramer looked good. So a good game there. Mark Canha, a couple jacks yesterday. The Mets, I think they're 5 games ahead of the Braves now. Andrew Benintendi hit his first home run as a Yankee. That was a big win for the Yankees. Finally, they got some good starting pitching, some decent defense, timely hitting. So hopefully that recharge the Yankees. What else? Cardinals won their 7 straight. Justin Steele continues. Justin Steele's been on fire. That kid's good. Ohtani, bad start. Come to find out, though, he had a stomach bug. And it's probably one of the main reasons, pitching in Comerica, but he had a stomach bug all game. And you could tell that first pitch, the velocity was down, and Hunter Green sent that one, Riley Green, sent that one flying. So, Ohtani back. Rays are hot again. Of course, this is mid-August. They've won, I think, 7 of their last 9, 3 consecutive series. So look out for the Rays. They're in the wild card right now. So that was pretty much yesterday. A slate today, though, but we have no idea what's going on with this. There's 8 games, but it could be down to 5 because of the rain. So we'll get to that. So once again, welcome everybody. $25 a month, all sports, and that's going to get heavy here in this week because college football starts this weekend. That's week 0. Anybody that's been with us for the last 4 or 5 years at YFC Daily Solutions knows college football is one of our main sports. We crush college football, and it'll be a good week to start this weekend. It's a lot of the smaller teams, WKU teams like that pretty much we will feast on. So I'm looking forward to that. We'll have a show this week on that. I think it's going to be probably Thursday night. I believe Thursday. We'll have an EPL show on Friday morning for soccer. I see the winning lineup room guys have been winning. I saw a tweet go out we saw good preseason football. Bunch of winners there. I saw some NASCAR winners, golf. We have some golf winners. So check that out. It's a free Discord. Discord.gg/yourfearlesschoice, I believe it is. But let's get into baseball. 8 games, possible rain on the East Coast. I did just see a tweet by Kevin Roth from RG. He seems a little bit more what's the word? Yankees tweeting out that it's raining, but it looks Kevin Roth is saying that he thinks that they're going to get the game in. So, which should be good because it's the Subway Series. It's Max Scherzer going up against Domingo Germán. But Kevin Roth just sent a tweet out saying he thinks that even though the afternoon is ugly, he thinks it's going to be fine by game time. So we have rain in Braves at Pirates. That's Odorizzi Contreras. And then Mets at Yankees. And I believe, Reds and Phillies. That game may not even go off at Citizens Park. That's the worst one, I think. The Reds and Phillies game. And I kind of like Noah Syndergaard in that game too. So this could turn to a 5-game slate. I'm going to talk about these games like they're all going off. There's no sense of it. And trying to predict. I'm not Nostradamus, whatever. But if there's one game and maybe Reds and Phillies, that may not go. But right now we're looking at 8 games. All right. So once again, welcome. Throw any comments in there. We should be back on normal this week. I'm hoping, beside the normal Thursday, we're off as a split day. All right, so we went over weather, non-course slate for once. We go back to course tomorrow, though, with the Rangers. We'll finally get a little bit of a break from course. And right now, the highest implied team tonight is the Braves, 5.4 runs. I said Odorizzi game, but Braves, Phillies, Twins, the Trojan Twins at 5.2, and the Dodgers all 5 or above. So there's no team right now. There's no offensive team you have to have as a stack tonight. Nobody is running out. The Dodgers are facing Brandon Woodruff. Not Brandon, Eric Lauer. Rather see Eric Lauer pitch at home, but I'm not going to go crazy stacking the Dodgers either. So Dodgers, Twins, Phillies, and Braves are all the teams over 5 runs. Then you got the Cards. Cards, Mets, Rays, and so on. On the money line right now, biggest favorite of the slate. I figure it's going to be Julio Urias, and he is minus 250. One of my top pitchers on the slate. Then Phillies minus 245. I said that game may not go off. That's a Noah Syndergaard game. And then the Rays minus 220 with Jeffrey Springs. And I do like Jeffrey Springs tonight too. Probably one of my favorite value pitchers. So actually we have the Twins minus 215. Sonny Gray going up against Rangers minus 215. And then minus 200. Once again, Jake Gascan Odorizzi going up for the Braves minus 200 favorite. So big favorites going to be Dodgers with Urias. And then we got some Phillies, mid-game and not go. And then Jeffrey Springs and the Tampa Rays. Okay, we did Vegas. We did weather. Let's move on. Let's get into some pitching. This is probably going to be a fairly quick show here. This is a lot of it's cut and dry. So if all weather goes, the highest solid pitcher on the slate is going to be Max. But do you want to go Max? I mean, he's the top pitcher on the slate. He's a lot of money, though. This may actually be one of the first slates of the season. If the game goes, I actually may fade Max. I haven't seen too much ownership out yet, but I really don't need it because, can you go Max? Of course, I'm not arguing anybody off Max. He's one of those dominant right-handed pitchers in the game, but he's expensive. Even though the Yankees have been, cold, still dangerous. And he's thrown in a game where there's much, much rain risk. So right there, he's gonna drop down to me pretty much GPP territory. I mean, Max has been typical Max. I mean, he's been awesome. So you want to take a chance? Am I gonna pitch him GPPs? Of course, he'd be my top GPP pitcher. Last 5 starts, 234 FIP, excellent. 185 ERA, a WHIP of 1. K rate 9.5. Could be a little bit better than that. But GPP to me only if we know if the game clears up and we know it's going to go without no delays, I'll move him a little bit more toward my cash pitcher. But right now, he's not in my conversation as my top cash arm. I don't think. But on the other hand, we may catch some lower owned. So, I mean, you got a stud pitcher struggling offense. I don't know. So right now, though, he's not my main cash pitcher. Probably my main cash pitcher is probably going to be Julio Urias. I mean, Urias is $1,300 cheaper in DK. Great. I mean, just an absolute awesome matchup. I mean, going against Milwaukee, we all know right now, everybody talks about Milwaukee against lefties. I think it's my number one. Right now, the last 2 weeks, Milwaukee striking out 30% against lefties. 30%. 132 team ISO. On the season, 25%. But the last, 15 days last month, Milwaukee's been terrible. You get Urias at home, heavy favorite. He's probably right now my top pitcher. Even if there was a clear in New York, I would probably go Urias. So he's my one. And then where do I go for my SB2 for cash? I'm looking at Jeffrey Springs. I'm a big Springs guy. I've had Springs since pretty much day one in all my NFBC, all the season longs. He's finally found a home with the Rays, and the kid's been good. Now, last start, I think, was against the Yankees, I believe. He only had like 4 Ks against the Yankees, but 80 pitches, held only 1 earned run, only gave up 2 hits, ended up with, I think, 20 DK points. Going up against the Angels, always against Angels, good spot. Angels right now, but, they're only striking out less than 20% against lefties right now, last 15 games. The Angels are getting a little bit better, but still, I think it's a great spot for Jeffrey Springs. Probably, right now, he's probably my main SP2. And over, let me see, his last 5 starts, 249 ERA, I believe it is. 249 ERA, 220 FIP. That's a really nice FIP. Strikeout rate isn't bad, 8.8 per 9. And then the price, 7.7 DK, 8K, and FanDuel, both great prices. So I'm probably locking in my man Springs. Too cheap. And right now, the Angels are coming in per Vegas, 2.9 runs. They've actually dropped 0.3 of a run since it opened. Yeah, he's my guy for SP2. He's not going to go more than 5 innings, like a Spencer Strider type. Tampa definitely likes to balance that workload like they do all the pitchers, but that should be enough. So I like Jeffrey Springs. Somebody else who really has turned into a really good pitcher, and but the price was the $8,800 on DraftKings. Edward Cabrera. I would like to see that price cheaper, but let me see. Last 3 starts: 25.5 DK points, 26 DK points, 19 DK points. Those last 3 starts, 1.7 ERA on a year, 36 Ks, 30 innings. And who does he get? He gets the Oakland A's in Oakland Coliseum, that big Cavernous Park in Oakland that you love to pitch at. Oakland right now striking out 20% the last 15 days. 104 ISO, team ISO. Great for Cabrera. If Cabrera wasn't that price, he would be probably one of my top pitchers. Can I use him in cash? Yeah. I'm just not too sure of this price. He is, since he came off the IL, this kid's been on fire. 3 starts off the IL, 14 2 innings, just 6 hits. They said 21 Ks. Sierra 281, 15% whiff rate, 73% ground ball rate in those 14 innings. Cabrera's been pitching awesome. Now it's a great matchup. He's SP1. Definitely a GPP SP1, especially with the matchup. Still Urias. You probably Urias Springs, but will not sleep on Cabrera. By the end of the day, Cabrera could be one of my main cash pitchers. Like Edward Cabrera a lot. Don't sleep on Sonny Gray. Sonny Gray, I just don't have any luck with Sonny Gray over the years. Maybe just because I watch him a lot and watch, in New York and stuff. But he's at home, so you'd rather see pitch Sonny Gray at home. And actually, yeah, his home splits 11 strikeouts per 9 at home, 6 strikeouts per 9 on the road. The thing is, he's got a little bit of a better. His whip is lower on the road. Strikeouts are much higher on homes. Obviously, it looks like he attacks pitchers. He has more confidence, attacks pitchers more at home. I think he's a great spot against Texas. Right now, the Rangers, another team that strike down a lot. Let me see. Like 23% of the last 15 games, 123 team ISO, which is bad. So Sonny Gray is in the conversation also. To me, I still like Jeffrey Springs, though. Who else we have in this smaller slate? I mean, you can talk about Noah Syndergaard. I think the game is going to get rained out, but Syndergaard's pitching well. Once again, weak opponent, Cincinnati, and they're not at Great America Small Park. Cincinnati, the T-Mobile was terrible. It's like below 290. So he could end up outscoring Cabrera, Springs, and all that, of course. But I'm not messing with the rain. I'm not messing with any worries about rain delays and all that. So, but if the game goes off, we hear it's gonna be dry, weather changes, Syndergaard's in play. And then we also have J-Mo. J-Mo is a totally different pitcher since he came to St. Louis. I mean, he had a good season in New York, but since he went to St. Louis, all the stories are well know how pissed off he was, how the fiance was mad. She was in her last semester of college, or I think was doing her residence. I think she's getting med school or something. So he's been a different pitcher, and especially last 3 starts since he got traded. J-Mo's been great. Colorado, 27 DK. Milwaukee, 30 DK. The Yankees, 15. All those games are at home, though, in St. Louis, in Busch Stadium. Now he's at Chicago, at Wrigley. We don't have much. I don't think we have any wind in Wrigley. We have wind coming in right now. As of now, 6 mile an hour is coming in. J-Mo's in a good spot also. So J-Mo's also a top GPP play at 8,300. I am more interested in Cabrera. More interested in maybe not Sonny Gray. I'll probably rank him Cabrera, J-Mo, Gray. Anybody else on the slate? Eric Lauer. You want to pitch Eric Lauer at home? I'm not pitching Eric Lauer on the road in Los Angeles. I'm not messing with Drew Smiley. I mean, Domingo German. Yeah, you can play Domingo German possibly. I mean, it's GPP only because of the rain. But, we know what Domingo German can do, especially if he's only 7K. But that's pretty much it. Sessa, gas can. What about Tucker Davidson? Punt. The only reason I'm even bringing up Tucker Davidson is he had a decent last start against Minnesota at home. Now he goes to Tampa, the Trop Pitchers Park. So he pitched really well against Minnesota. And he gets a Rays who do strike out a lot. Still don't score a lot of runs, even though they're on a hot streak. They know how to win, but their numbers are terrible. So right now the Rays, right now the Rays are not striking out. Well, they're really low last 15 days. The strikeout is only 8% as a team. On the season, though, 20% against lefties. So Tucker Davidson will be a punt play if you're multi-entering. You're making 20 lineups. So Tucker Davidson at 1. You never know. You know how the Rays can all of a sudden sometimes roll over, especially in a pitcher's park at the Trop. All right, so that's it for pitching. So right now I'm looking at your top pitcher is going to be Max. But with the rain, chance for delays, I'm pushing Max and GBP, and Julio Urias is my guy as of now. And then for SB2, I love Cabrera, but I'm probably going to go Springs when I got a $1,100 discount, and Sonny Gray and JMO, and then that is it. Jake Odorizzi to me is a gas can. I'm not playing Odorizzi. Even though it is at Pittsburgh. Now, people are going to be asking, is Pittsburgh, can we play him? It's Jake Odorizzi, man. And right now, Pittsburgh's only striking out 22% of the time, which is mediocre against righties. But Jake Odorizzi, I've watched Jake Odorizzi way too much in my life to play him in DFS. I mean, it's Pittsburgh. I mean, right now, Odorizzi, 5.75 xFIP, sub 20% K rate, 32% ground ball rate, 5-ball rate at 45%. Even though it is against Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh, there's not much pop. There's only one guy, maybe Brian Reynolds, I could probably take him yard, really. You want to play Pittsburgh lefties. Marcano's not a power hitter. Ben Gamel. O'Neal Cruz still has a great ISO against righties, but O'Neal Cruz needs to go back to the minor leagues. O'Neal Cruz cannot hit a lefty to save his life. And he's not hitting righties either. But O'Neal Cruz is the only other one that could lose one against Odorizzi. That nice 212 ISO, 41% hard contact against righties. Okay, it's pitching. It's early yet. A lot to figure out about the weather, but I like Urias. I like Jeffrey Springs. They're my main guys right now. Okay, let's move on to the bats. Let's look at catcher right now. So we're just going to talk about this as if there's no rain, because I'm going to get all confused here about which guys are. So right now, catching the top projected catcher on the slate is probably going to be JT. But I do have to mention rain. That is the worst game. And then you got Will Smith. Will Smith against Lauer. Probably won't be playing either of them, but Will Smith is probably the better play. Let's look at anybody BVP. No, there's nobody BVP at all. We pull up some hot hitters too. I just lost my site. Okay. The Shea Langoliers kid, but he's going up against Cabrera. I like Cabrera, but Langoliers is cheap enough. Who else do we have? Nick Fortes, possibly. Oh, and then here's one, Francis Mejia. If Mejia gets a start, Mejia is one of the hottest players in baseball right now. 8-game hit streak. He's got a slash like 355, 394, 484 on that slash for Francisco Mejia. What's Mejia's price? 3.5 against Tucker Davidson. That's my play. Right now it'd be Francis Mejia as my top play catcher. A lot of people don't realize how well Francis Mejia is actually hitting right now. One of the best hitters in the Rays lineup. 310 in the last week, 368 in the last 20 games, and 401 WOBA. Francisco Mejia for Tampa. And it's Tucker Davidson. I mean, is Rays going to be a popular stack today? I've actually been stacking the Rays lately. I've had some success. So Davidson, Mejia should be in the lineup. Switch hitter should be hitting like fourth, probably fifth or sixth. I mean, Davidson's mainly going to throw either a fastball or slider to the righties. And does Mejia hit a slider? Mejia hits a slider. 396 Woba. Not bad. So, yeah, Francisco Mejia is my top catcher tonight. Just got to watch because a lot of times he'll sit. They get weird. So if I'm not going to play Mejia, anybody else there I like, William Contreras for Atlanta. I could go with him. Sean Murphy, GPP plays. I like Cabrera. Gary Sanchez against Reagans. But Sanchez, he goes up and down to like 2-8 and 3-1. But Sanchez is just always GPP territory. Jonah Heim, posse against Sonny Gray. I don't know. There's really nobody. Catcher, you want to find somebody cheapo. I'm going Mejia. Small sample size, but Langeliers has really been hitting righties since he's come up. I guess Travis Denard, if he gets a start. All right, Francis Mejia's my guy. All right, let's move on. Get off catcher. First base. Pretty much, any more Paul Goldschmidt's always, the top play. He just keeps on hitting. He just gets better as the season goes on now. I'm really curious to see what kind of season Goldie has next year. No big time GPP calls at all. Anybody who's like red hot, I just look at the last 15 days to see if anybody's like on fire. I'm sick of playing guys that are ice cold. So right now, Gil Ramirez, but he's outfield eligible. Ramirez is hot. Nate Lau continues to hit the ball really well. But they're not even on it. Wait, Texas is on a slate, right? Yeah, Texas is on a slate. Then they go to Coors tomorrow. That's weird. So they finish up the series today, and then they go to Coors tomorrow. So Nate Lau has been hitting really well. We've talked about Nate Lau a lot on the show, but don't sleep on Lau. Over the last 15 games, right now he's slashing 400, 459, 600 with a 105.9 OPS. And Nate Lau continues to be really cheap. He's still 3-3. Top play is obviously Goldie against Drew Smiley. That's your top play. You rock Goldie. Tremendous numbers. 404 ISO, 598 WOBA, 436 batting average. But he's 6'2". Turn around and I guess you can still roll Albert Pujols. He's still only 2K. DK refuses to mess with Albert Pujols' price. Check this slash out. Last 10 games. 556, 600, 1.259. 556 ISO. The OBP is 600. Then you got a slugging percentage on this guy's slash at 1.259 is slugging. This guy's he's hitting. He's out of this world. Six home runs, 13 RBIs over his last 10 games. And like I said, he's even better against lefties this year. Lefties, 388 ISO, 487 WOBA, 388 batting average, all elite. So Goldie or Albert Pujols. Isaac Paredes is one of my favorite one-offs tonight against Tucker Davidson. Righty lefty, Paredes 303 ISO on the season against lefties. Isaac Paredes is my top one-off. I love this spot tonight against Paredes. So I guess I really do like these Rays. Paredes should be batting 6, I'm assuming. He's another one that can hit a slider. Whoa. So Paredes gets a slider. 42 WOBA, 48 CX WOBA, 365 or 364 ISO, 50% hard contact, low whiff rate, 77% contact percentage. Isaac Paredes, your top one off at first base. And he's going to be low owned because he's not exactly tearing the cover off the ball right now. 220 over the last week, 217 over the last 20 games. But don't sleep on Isaac Paredes tonight. Matt Olson, a good spot. Maybe you want to pitch Max. If you pitch Max, you're not going to be able to get Goldie. So maybe go down to Matt Olson, $3,100, but $4,600 on FanDuel on DK. In August, hits in 13 of his last 16 games, 4 homers, 14 ribbies, that span. And he lines really nicely against Rosie Contreras. Contreras is walking more than he's striking out. So don't sleep on Matt Olson tonight. So goalies to play. Of course, Pujols is your value. Jose Miranda, you can play Miranda first or third. I like Isaac Paredes. Now, Paredes, GPP only. Don't be playing Isaac Paredes in cash, but you can go over 5. Who else we got here? Pete Alonso, if the rain holds up. I mentioned Nate Lau, I like. You got Vogelback with that platoon split if the game goes off. So these are all GPP plays. Probably it for first base. Barnes has got a BVP. Did I even look at BVP catching? Why am I not seeing Austin Barnes BVP pop up? Not that I don't believe you, but his name doesn't even pop up on my list. So T-Rash, what's up? So go. I could definitely play Austin Barnes, which he may actually now thinking about. Right, Barnes may actually be getting the start. When did Barnes play? Saturday? He didn't play yesterday, right? He played Saturday or Sunday. Well, let's see. I'm going to call up my other BVP location. I play Austin Barnes a lot in certain spots. Still not coming up. But you can of course you can play Barnes. You talk about, I'm sorry, but we jump back to catcher, but can you play a guy like Yan Gomes going up? I don't know. I just like Mejia. Gomes hasn't hit he hasn't hit in the last week or so. Gomes played yesterday too, right? I believe. Played yesterday, is 0 for 3. So but I always play Austin Barnes, no problem. But I'm on Mejia. I play there. So Gomes is 4 for 10. Gomes one of those guys got good BVPs against certain guys, huh? I used to always play Yan Gomes on Sundays. Yan Gomes used to always hit home runs on Sundays. And they're both that Barnes are decent. 14 at bats isn't bad. So they're both in play, yeah. They're cheap. Yeah, they're both in play. All right, so back to first base. I mentioned anybody. I mentioned Miranda. I mentioned Paredes. Goldie's your play. Pujols is your value. Matt Olson's in there too. I really don't like too much else, really. It's just gonna be hard to get Goldie if you play Max, but I'm not probably gonna play Max. Goldie is just on fire. You can play Goldie every day. So goalie's to play, and then Isaac Paredes is my GPP. Okay, now let's move on to second base. You're right. Cardinals are going to be stacky, and I've gotten to the point now where I'm starting to play non-chalk teams. Chalk has been killing me the last month. Okay, so second base. Who do we have? So second base kind of sucks tonight, really. I'll tell you right now. Probably looking at a guy like a Jeff McNeil if the rain holds off. Yeah, second base bad. Maybe Joey Wendell. Joey Wendell's probably, especially on FanDuel, Wendell's only 2.4. A little speed. 3.6 on DK. You're gonna punt tonight. You punt second base tonight. To me, there's no way around it. And I may stay off the cards chalk too. But Indy is a good play if the rain goes. John Birdie against Oler. So Birdie or Wendell. You can play Semien. I don't play Brandon Lau against lefties, but it's Tucker Davidson. Maybe Vaughn Grissom. I mean, Grissom's at 400 the last week, 395 over his last 20 games now. Kevin Newman against Odorizzi. You won't get a home run off Kevin Newman, but he got at least a hit in 6 of his last 7 games, and 3 are multi hits. So I don't mind a Kevin Newman as kind of a punt play. Semien's got a bad BVP. Second base is total trash tonight. If I'd probably lock in like a Vaughn Grissom at 21. Why is Vaughn Grissom? DK is totally giving up on the season. When Vaughn Grissom is still $2,100, it's stupid. So we have to see how the prices in cores. But they're right because the Giants are terrible. So you can always play Tommy Edman. I said the cards are going to be chalky. Jeff McNeil will probably be my top play if that game goes off. But I'll probably just drop it and go and play a guy like Vaughn Grissom. Why not? And then you can go up somewhere else. It's because this is a bad second base is bad tonight. You get Brad Miller against a righty. I used to play Miller a lot. But he's kind of, I don't know, he sucks now. I said like Kevin Newman. We're just gonna fade second base. Go with like a Grissom, even like a Yu Chang, something like that. How about Rodolfo Castro? So Rodolfo Castro, you play Castro did real well for me this last few days. But he's probably, I think Castro's better against the lefties, I believe, right? I believe. Could be wrong, but yeah, DK's terrible. It's just DK has become FanDuel. Yeah, and that's why the Phillies are gonna be really popular tonight because of that Reds bullpen. That Red bullpen is really bad. So you get past the Sessa guy, and then so I just don't think that game's gonna go off from everything I've seen. I didn't realize Nicky Castellanos is on an 11-game hit streak. I just saw that too. Where were we? Second base. So second base is trash. Find somebody cheap like a Vaughn Grissom. Move on. Kevin Newman. Newman against Odorizzi, but don't spend up on second base. There's nobody there. I said I like McNeil. I like little Joey Wendell. I could play like a birdie, but go cheap at second. Okay, but now third base. You know who's really cold all of a sudden is Austin Riley. Austin Riley's all of a sudden just like ice cold. Is he the top projected third base? Gotta be no one. Probably Nato. So Nato's in a great spot against Drew Smiley, but he's gonna be popular, right? Last 20 games for Nato, 325, 7 homers, 22 ribbies. So Nato's is your best overall play by far. Wait, so Isaac Paredes is third base eligible. So I guess Paredes is first third base eligible. Austin Riley's worrying me right now. He's just in a little bit of a slump. I don't play guys in slumps anymore. 190 over the last week, batting 215 over the last 20 games. So I'm not. What's Riley's price though? 5-1. I'm going to play Nato at 5-5. Jose Miranda, I love this Miranda kid. Even against a righty, 289 ISO, great splits against righties. This kid's hitting 390 over the last week still, 308 over the last 20 games. And he's hit another one. His price doesn't change. His price sits around 3.9 for the last weeks. Wisdom against against J-Mo, Jordan Montgomery, righty lefty, not bad, but I'm going to pay $300 more for Nato. My man Renigfo I can play, but I'm playing Jeffrey Springs. Brett Batty, if the game goes off, possibly. But Batty hasn't done much since that first home run. This is kind of a trashy slate tonight, huh? There's nobody that you have to play here. Really isn't. I don't like the slate anymore. I'm looking at it. Maybe Brian Anderson want to be different against some trash like Adam Ower. Adam Ower's trash. Alec Boehm's hot. He's not going to. Boehm's not a home run hitter as it is. He had 2 yesterday. I guess he's hot, but Joey Wendell, second or third. I do like Joey Wendell tonight at 3.6 on DK. So I may get him in either second or third. You play Joey Wendell in spots. He's another one, especially if you're sitting on top of that order. It always seems like when Joey Wendell's at the top of that Miami order, he goes off. So he's in Oakland, Pitchers Park, though. But if I can get Wendell leading off tonight on lefty righty, I'll probably roll him because we know Wendell will get on and get a stolen base. Splits aren't good this year, but it's Joey Wendell. I used to play Joey Wendell every single night. Adam Ower, when Ower's pitching to righties, he's mainly gonna throw, looks like a fastball. Wendell a great fastball hitter? Not really, but Wendell hasn't done anything this year, so I still enjoy Wendell tonight. I think it's more of a gut call. Yandy Diaz, possibly. I guess you gotta get Nato in. This is the chalk. This is the good chalk you eat at third. Yeah, that's my Sean. That's my problem with goalies. I'm assuming. Well, maybe you know what? Maybe goalie won't be popular when anybody's going to go to Pujols. Pujols got to slow down at some point. I think goalies everybody's top 2 pitches, but I'm going to try to get goalie in my lineup, especially if I'm not playing max. All right, so third base is trash. I'm going to try to get Nato and goalie in my cash lineups, I guess. Or Jose Miranda, I guess, if they're this Miranda kid. So, will the Twins be chalky tonight with all this weather concerns? When they're chalky, they're bad. But Miranda's, he's always in the middle of the order now, especially since the All-Star break. Okay, shortstop. Carlos Correa's having game in a chalky play. Now against some of these chalky Twins. Good spot, though. I mean, I guess you can't. I'm not going to fault it. I don't like playing chalky Twins, man. Trey's your best spot against Lauer, ready lefty. You can't play that much, I guess. You want to chase home runs, maybe O'Neal Cruz, because he does have the power hitter righty, like Odorizzi, but I said he can't hit anything else. Corey Seager against Sonny Gray, maybe Corey Seager. He's never not hitting either. Paul DeJong. DeJong either a home run or nothing. Dansby. Maybe Dansby my top play. This is a trashy slate. There's nobody like I have to have. Trey really hits Lauer though, huh? 5 for 12, 2 bombs. Maybe try to get Trey in our lineup and then drop Nato down to Miranda, or you drop goalie on the Pujols. Swanson 3 at bats, 2 hits off against Contreras. I mean that's not BBP, but Andrew Velasquez got a couple of tough springs. Anybody see the game the other day of Velasquez? Andrew Velasquez is one of the best fielders in the American League. What a boneheaded play he made though. He thought there was 2 outs. I guess he threw third baseman was on the back. So Trey's your play. Great history. Dansby's only 4.9. I may roll Dansby tonight. Dansby, and when Corey Seager's 5.5, Seager's a little bit cold. I like Dansby. I like Correa. GPP, I might try O'Neal Cruz, hoping maybe get a home run. But can't expect anything else. That's really it. Wow, this is just there's like no must plays besides some of these Cardinals. And they're gonna be chalky. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Outfield. Unless you guys are coming up with something I don't see. Outfield. Schwarber against Sessa, definitely. If the game goes off. Now, if I've stopped playing Buxton and Cash, but Buxton's his smash spot against Reagans. You got to say that. He's 3.43 so what a season. But man, he's another one, man. So Brian Reynolds may be one of the best spots of the slate. I mean, of outfield. Michael Harris second against Contreras. He's never. We got a Cannon BBP. I didn't look at BBPs for outfield, and Cannon's on fire, right? Especially after yesterday. So maybe you roll the hot. And what's Cannon's price? And Mark Cannon will never be. But we had the rain. Oh, you're right. 7 for 11 with a bomb. Also, I said trade. We saw the Trey Turner BBP, right? Now I see the Yan Gomez BBP. I don't know why Yan Gomez come over outfield for me. And now I see Dawson Barnes BBP. My computer's got Barnes and Gomes and outfield. Okay, so enough babbling. I think Brian Reynolds is a good spot. Cana's in a good spot. Who else we have? I'm probably playing Rays, like Emmanuel Margot, Harold Ramirez. Harold Ramirez is in the middle of a hit streak right now too. Like those guys. Yeah, Hero Ramirez is red hot. You play Hero Ramirez tonight. 377-442-506 against lefties. And his OPS is almost a 1. Red hot. 7 hits this weekend. So I'm probably going to look like a Brian Reynolds, Hill Ramirez, Manuel Margot, Jake Fraley's on fire if he plays. Lars Nootbaar, Nootbaar's another one still under. He's like 2.5 on DK. DK is just like falling asleep on the wheel. Like they've given up. They're getting ready for football, I guess. Jake Fraley's too cheap. I mean, come on. This is so. If you want to play Max, you can get Max in because there's so many outfielders you can play that are cheap. But I'm playing Hill Ramirez in cash, and I'll have Isaac Paredes and JPPs. Because Paredes gonna go yard today. Marte's a good spot. I guess Acuna going back up to high price guys. I mentioned Michael Harris a second. Randy Arozarena, definitely. Big Randy could definitely lose one. So, a guy like Greg Allen's a cheapo. Gamble probably is a cheapo. Okay, so that's your outfielders. I'm playing Ramirez. I probably play one high price guy. I mentioned Nicky Castellanos on like 11-game hit streak or something. But I mentioned Mejia also. So I like the Rays obviously tonight. We want 8 games. If it gets down to 5 games, it's gonna be all like Rays and Cardinals. It's gonna be all the chalky plays and Twins. All right. I already said my home run call of the day is Isaac Paredes. Big Randy could hit one too. Who else? I'm not going to mention Goldie because of course he can. How about Paredes is hitting one? I'm telling you. Matt Olson definitely could hit one tonight. Michael Harris second may go yard tonight. So Paredes, Michael Harris a second. Brian Reynolds. My favorite stacks. Phillies, if they go off, they're going to be chalky. Cardinals, chalky. Mets, maybe not chalky, but it's just because they're playing the Yankees. But the Rays are my top stack. Guess I'm rolling Rays. I'm going to roll a Rays stack tonight. That's going to be maybe like Miami. Man, I like Cabrera as a pitcher too. I'm going to stack the Rays a couple different ways though. But I am gonna touch up Tucker Davidson. So I'm gonna roll like a Margot Ramirez Mejia Paredes, and then turn around another one with like maybe like a wraparound like a Siri, Diaz, Arozarena, Margot. But I think you want Ramirez because he's so hot in all your stacks. 406 Woba, man, on a season. But I'm gonna probably stack them a couple different ways. And you can do that with the Cardinals too, because the Cardinals are gonna be so chalky and popular. That's what I've been doing with the Twins. I'm going down like to the Jake Caves and guys like that. But the Cardinals, one way you can always get different with the Cardinals is play one with Pujols, one with Goldie. But maybe with the Cardinals, run them against Smiley, roll like a. Not sure about Nootbaar, but it's lefty, and he hasn't shown me he can hit too many lefties yet. But but DeJong can always lose one. But you could roll like a Edmund DeJong. And then roll back up with O'Neill, Goldie, something like that. Pull Carlson in or out, but be different. Just don't go Carlson to Arenado, something like that. That'll be chalky. Okay, so kind of wrap it up quick pitching. I think maximum of a GBP play just because it's the weather. And the Yankees could always still hurt you, but he's probably going to end up being popular. I like Julio Urias. Urias is my top play. I like Jeffrey Springs as my SP2. I also like Cabrera. I love Cabrera. If I get enough value, I will roll Cabrera as a cash play. But it's if I go Urias Cabrera, I'll roll it. But probably it's going to be Urias Springs. But if you don't like Springs, you definitely have Sonny Gray in there. Value sucks tonight. I feel like I'm missing a pitcher. Oh, J-Mo. J-Mo's in play too. And of course Thor, but we got to worry about the rain. All right. And then said rolling through catching. I'm big on Mejia tonight. If not, pay up the guys like Will Smith. Like I said, if Austin Barnes plays, you can play Barnes. First base, Goldie or Pujols or Matt Olson. Guys like that. Second base is terrible. Play anybody, probably Vaughn Grissom. Third base, you got Nato. Like Miranda. Shortstop, I love Trey tonight. If I can get up there. If not, it's going to be probably like a Dansby. We just mentioned the outfielders. I probably just named a bunch of chalk, but I guess that's it. So thank you. Tomorrow I'll be back. I'm not sure if it's going to be 10 or 12. We'll be back on. College football show will be this week. If you've never been with us for college football, you want to join us because we totally crush college football. We've been crushing it for years, so it's not going to be any different this year. We do pretty much every single slate, pretty much all the showdowns during the week. And it's only $25 a month. That's all sports first couple months. And NFL starting, and it's going to get crazy. But college football starts. College football, MLB, that's worth the price alone. All right, then you got Eric's NASCAR. You got the guys soccer, golf. Those guys, I saw they had a couple of good golf scores. That's it. Thank you guys. Good luck. It's 10:50. Went longer than I thought. All right, deuces. See you tomorrow.